It's that time. Come join me in the new shop. And did you win the FMS Rafale? It's time to find out. Hey everyone, Chris here. Welcome to the new shop. We have arrived in Tennessee. We are mostly settled. The shop is 100% operational, and so I'm excited to start doing some building again. I tell you what, we are absolutely loving Tennessee. It is amazing out here. It's such beautiful country, and we have been going exploring, hiking, doing all kinds of fun stuff, anything that we can find, because there's so much to see and so much outdoor stuff, especially in terms of hiking. There's some really amazing hiking trails. You know, getting everything out here was quite the adventure. We packed everything up in pods. It was actually 3 pods total for all our stuff. One of those pods was mostly the garage. A collector never stops collecting.
A fine addition to my collection.
I have so many unbuilt projects that I will be featuring, and that's a lot of what it was that I was bringing out here. I would like to say that everything arrived unscathed and undamaged, but that's not 100% the case. There was some damage. I had wrapped everything in bubble wrap, and then kind of loosely packed all the airplanes. But unfortunately, things just got bumped around. There's kind of no way around it. But thankfully, it's all repairable, and it was only just a few of the airplanes that kind of got damaged. It could have been a whole lot worse. The drive itself, we took 5 days. That was an adventure in itself, driving across the country. And it's really interesting when you see the progression of how the terrain just changes from West Coast to East Coast. Oh, and by the way, Texas barbecue is a thing. We stopped in this place in Amarillo, Texas called Tyler's Barbecue. It was fantastic. I would love to go back. Now with the shop up and running, I am on to working on projects again while I'm collecting everything I need for the B-58. Currently on the bench, I am actually converting the Hobby King Yak 11 into Checkmate. And this is a project I started a while back, and so I wanted to get that finished up because I'm actually planning to cover the fuselage with flight metal, which is an aluminum adhesive back tape basically. And so I wanted to use that as a test piece for use on the B-58. And so I'm really excited to get that going. The airplane's in primer at the moment, and I will be putting some social media posts together about it. I haven't posted anything really about it yet. And then after that, I'm going to finish up the scratch built Skyray that I started with a friend of mine years ago, literally. We all have that one project that spans years, right? So I am in the mode of finishing out some things, and then it will be 100% on the B-58. And so be on the lookout for those videos. I'm working on those. And if you have ideas as well, I have a link in the description to provide feedback. If there's anything that you guys would like to see that's helpful for you, let me know. I'm a 2-time national champion in scale, so if there's anything in that vein, flying, building, even as an aerospace engineer, if you want to know things about, you know, aircraft design or anything like that, let me know, because I really want to make sure that I am creating content that you guys want to see. And so also on the back end, I've been working on a partnership with RTL Fasteners. I'm really excited about this one. And so to celebrate that, you can use coupon code GEEK25 on their website for a 25% discount on orders of $25 or more. We all need fasteners, and they have an amazing assortment there. And so before we announce our winner, I promised you guys a shop tour, so I'm gonna let you guys see the space. This is the first workshop that I've had that actually has air conditioning. It's amazing. And so, who's knocking at the door? Come on in. Welcome to the shop. All up and running, thankfully. So we're gonna come this way. This is my 3D printer bench. And actually these were cabinets I bought from Home Depot. And so they've got nice storage in here. And then also this end cabinets with the drawers, etc. But these came from Home Depot. The countertop is MDF that I painted white. There's 2 boards here because I couldn't get it long enough for the whole thing. This is resin printer. I've got it going right now. It makes amazing parts. So if you're ordering like the F-14 parts that I offer on my website, those get printed on here, and it's absolutely amazing. Otherwise, for all of the big printing. I've got Prusa Mark IIIs, and I actually have a third one in the box. They have been absolute workhorses for me. All of the bigger parts, the tail cones for the center burners, all of that stuff get printed here. These are going 24/7, I think, most of the time. But otherwise, we've got the decor, of course, the important decor. Some of my favorites from the years, and some that you can get still, and a lot that you can't. The ever important Tamiya paint rack. I've been carting this around for 2 decades now, I think. When I built my electric ducted fan F14 back in the early 2000s, I painted it with Tamiya paint, and they ended up using me with that airplane in an ad, and so as a part of that, they sent me a rack of paint. And I keep it stocked. This is like my go-to. I can use this paint, I do, because I absolutely love it. All right, let's go this way. So now, storage, right? I've collected a number of airplanes. Obviously, I can't keep them all, but the ones that I do really love, I keep. Like I've got the A7 here hanging up, and I also have the Mirage and the Cougar hanging up over there. I use 50-pound test braided fishing line, and I'll make a hanger out of that. And then I have a heavy-duty hook that is screwed into the ceiling joist that I connect those to. And so I've got a carabiner on here, so it makes it easy to clip in and out. But otherwise, I'll usually just reserve that for like the fiberglass models or the wood models, because I'll end up kind of cutting into the foam, which I want to avoid. The Legend Hobby AD5, and so this whole shelf setup was made using just shelving material from Home Depot. We've got the vertical pieces that are screwed into studs on the wall, and then these are the extra long, durable shelf supports, and then I just have, this is pipe insulation that goes over them to give a soft surface. I have these wood ones that I bought from somebody, gosh, a number of years ago, but these have been great as well. And so, most of my flying airplanes I'll keep on these that I might take in and out as I go flying. I tend to rotate things as I need to. Why don't we come this way? And so this is the big workbench. Okay, this is a 4-foot by 8-foot table that I built a number of years ago now. But this was absolutely coming with me because it is a great space, because I can walk all the way around it. It's been really helpful. And then what you see here, this is what's currently on the bench. This is the Hobby King Yak 11, converting it into the Checkmate. And so I did a whole bunch of modifications, took the canopy off, covered this all up, and then I've got the turtle deck here. This was all built out of Depron. I'll show how to do all of that in a future video. We'll come over here. This is my charging station. I've got batteries and batteries going, multiple chargers. This is a Cell Pro Power Lab. Fortunately, these are no longer available, but I've used iChargers as well, which are great. And of course, SPAD number 2, library right here. And this is actually just some of the books, built models. I'm actually thinking I might get a display case or something goofy for those so they don't get so dusty. Nerd! But this is my paint cabinet. So in addition to the rack of paint over there, I've got all of this paint, including Tamiya paints, as well as the long gone now Model Mastery enamel paints that you can't get anymore, which is a very big bummer. Lastly, we've got the corner over here. These are kind of my essential tools for building. I've got a bandsaw, which is great for cutting wood. I cut metal on it when I need to as well. Drill press, and then this is a disc sander, which I actually use this part a lot. I want to grind it down real fast. This is the big workshop area that I've got going, and then what we'll do is we'll hop over to the other side, give you a sneak peek at the storage and some of the projects I've got waiting over there. Now this one's a work in progress still. I haven't fully finished getting it all cleaned up because I'm really hoping to be able to put a car in here one day. This is all just mostly storage. I have boxes. These are aircraft files. I collect files on projects. And so if I've got spare parts or anything like that too, but there's usually books, documentation material, etc. in all of these boxes that are labeled per airplane. Over here I did a similar situation to the AD5 to store some of the airplanes. We've got B-58 up here waiting patiently, but then I've got a number of other projects that are waiting as well. And then the ever important plastic model rack. I love plastic models. I don't build them a lot, but I do. I love the hobby of it, and so I use them a lot for understanding contours and things too, especially if I'm scratch building or something like that. So let's go back to the other side. There is the AC unit. I'm so excited for that. It's a mini split system. And it works great in here, and it keeps it nice and cool, especially when you get, the hot, humid summer days here in Tennessee. I'm so excited you came to visit, and so yeah, gives you an idea into my world a little bit, what I've got going on the back end, in addition to what you see in all of the videos and such. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully. All right, with all of that said, it is time to announce our winner of the FMS Rafale 80mm EDF with one of my multi-burner simulated afterburners and the 3D printed performance nozzles. Thank you to everyone who entered. I greatly appreciate each of you, and I'm really hopeful to be able to provide more giveaways here in the future. And so the winner of the FMS Rafale is Michael Somerville from New Hampshire. Congratulations to you. I will be in touch with you via email, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you again to all of you who entered. I can't thank you enough. And I'm really excited for what the future holds and to start bringing you some fresh new content, especially on the build side of things. So be on the lookout for some new videos here soon. Until next time, I'll see you at the field.